Welcome to today's session on mastering your interview as a water project manager. In this video, we're diving into key questions that you might encounter in your interview and how you can tackle them with confidence. Let's jump right into our first question, where we explore how you lead a team on a water project. Could you share an experience where you were in charge of leading a team on a water project? What was the project about? And how did you ensure your team completed it successfully? This question is all about showcasing your leadership skills and how effectively you can manage a team through a project. To answer this question effectively, keep these tips in mind. Choose a project that really highlights your ability to lead. Clearly describe your role, including the size and makeup of your team. Discuss any challenges you faced and how you overcame them. Focus on your management style, particularly how you motivated and communicated with your team. Wrap up with the successful outcomes and lessons learned. Now, let's look at a real-world example of how you might answer this.
In 2022, I led a team of 10 engineers on a water purification project in a rural area. We faced significant delays due to supply chain issues. To tackle this, I held daily check-ins to address concerns and adjust our schedules. By fostering open communication and collaboration, we completed the project 2 weeks ahead of the revised deadline, providing clean water to the community.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Water Project Manager. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Tell me about a time you encountered a conflict within your project team or with a stakeholder. How did you resolve it? Interviewers ask this to understand how you handle conflict, which is inevitable in project management. Keep these pointers in mind as you prepare your response. Describe the conflict clearly and its impact on the project. Explain your approach to understanding all perspectives involved. Detail the steps you took to facilitate communication and compromise. Highlight the outcome and any lessons learned. Focus on your role and actions in resolving the conflict. Here's an example of how you might tackle this question in an interview.
In a previous project, there was a dispute between the design team and the engineering staff about the specifications. I organized a joint meeting to discuss their concerns. By ensuring everyone could voice their opinions, we identified a middle ground solution. This not only resolved the issue, but improved team collaboration moving forward.
Can you describe a situation where you were managing multiple deadlines on a water project? How did you prioritize your tasks? This is your chance to demonstrate your ability to manage time and prioritize tasks effectively. To answer this question well, consider these strategies. Identify specific competing deadlines you faced. Explain how you assess the importance of each task. Describe the prioritization method you used, such as critical path or urgency. Share the outcome of your prioritization approach. Reflect on what you learned from the experience. Let's consider an example answer that illustrates these points.
In my last project, we had to deliver water quality reports and complete a feasibility study simultaneously. I prioritized the reports first, as they were due to the regulatory board, using a critical path analysis to determine task dependencies. This proactive approach led to submitting both projects on time, with the report praised for its thoroughness.
Imagine you've just found out that a critical component for your water project delivery is delayed. How would you handle this situation? This situational question assesses your problem-solving skills and how well you adapt to unexpected challenges. Here are some steps to consider when crafting your response. Identify the reason for the delay and communicate with suppliers immediately. Assess the impact on the project timeline and deliverables. Develop a mitigation plan with alternative solutions or workarounds. Communicate transparently with stakeholders and update them on the situation. Monitor the situation closely for any further complications. Here's an example of how you might respond effectively.
I would first reach out to the supplier to understand the cause of the delay. Then, I would analyze how this affects our project timeline and explore possible alternatives such as sourcing the component from another supplier. I'd keep our stakeholders informed throughout the process.
Your water project is at risk of going over budget. What steps would you take to mitigate this issue? This question examines your financial management skills and how you keep projects within budget. Consider these tips when preparing your answer. Review the project budget and identify specific areas of overspending. Engage with the project team to discuss potential cost-saving measures. Reprioritize tasks and focus on critical deliverables to stay on track. Communicate with stakeholders about budget concerns and seek their input. Consider alternative solutions or adjustments to project scope to reduce costs. Now, let's see an example of how you could answer this.
I would first analyze the budget breakdown to pinpoint where we are overspending. Then, I would hold a meeting with the team to brainstorm cost-saving solutions and prioritize the most critical tasks to avoid unnecessary expenses.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF, totally free. Just grab it below.